What up, Coop Group? Welcome back to Alliance War Season 23, War Number 3, where we go off against SENSU. And this war was rather close. I'll admit that it was a interesting war. Although I was assigned fights, they're just apparently sometimes your like teammates can just take your fights. Makes sense. So I'm bringing in my rank 3 Ghost and bringing in Quake for one specific fight, and my Ghost for the rest of the fights. I believe I'll be on path 9, then path 5 after the boss is down, just so that it makes path 5 a lot easier. I brought the Quake specifically for one fight, but the rest of the fights are really easy Ghost fights, especially when Stubborn is down. So yeah, I want to get more fights, but it looks like this team is very even in how many fights everyone gets. It's not like someone gets like 9 fights and like everyone else gets 3. I think everyone's pretty even on their fights. So I'll be on path 5 in the second section. There's a Korg there. I have Influence Sept, and there's a MODOK. And originally I was told to bring Magneto for that MODOK, but I'm like, no, like Ghost can easily get that down with or without Stubborn, because you can stun that guy forever and just stun and parry all day, every day. Then that Doom, really simple Doom fight, especially with Stubborn down, not an issue. I'm not in any minis or bosses this round. I did place a Dragonman boss, and they were smart enough to not have anyone on the Hazard Shift node. I think they learned that from when we fought them last season when I was in AGTG, or they just know that with Hazard Shift up, that Dragonman fight is really easy. Though he's a pretty easy boss with Magic or Human Torch, or yeah, basically them. But yeah, there's a Daredevil right there that I am going to be against also on node 23, and with the new Daredevil mechanics, pairing him is annoying, so Ghost is probably the best option for it. Anyways, we're boosting up for path 9, and then straight to go to that Daredevil, and then I'll be waiting until the global is down, and I will take the rest of my fights after the boss and global are down. Now, I'm very confident in these next few fights. They're very simple. Castmaster is not Stubborn. He is a flow defender, but this is a Stubborn war, and this is Hazard Shift. Ghost is the queen of Hazard Shift. She's so easy to fight with on Hazard Shift nodes. Almost any opponent she can beat. Almost. There are a few that you could not beat, but they didn't make this Ghost proof. I can literally just throw a special 1 right there if I want to. I'm just throwing hits and still not 100%. 11 hits, that fight is down. Taskmaster was just diversity placement. Could have been a bit difficult on other champions because pairing them after 10 debuffs, it's difficult. But on to this Thor Ragnorak. I'm going to do the same thing, just get to a special and just throw it off. He is a Stubborn defender, so I have to parry before I throw specials. You'll see that I do parry just to get some big damage off about right here, because I have those 2 debuffs from Suicides. He throws a special out of nowhere. I'm trying to get to a special 2, just phase until I get there. He's not being too cooperative. Almost at a special 2, almost there. Parry this, and then special 2, just nailing it. I'm at 98% after this fight. Easy fight, so easy with Ghost. And straight to the Daredevil on Mixmaster and Aggression Prowess. I did duel some Daredevils a lot, and also the Daredevil in Variant 6 is good practice for this. I did have someone place a Magneto pre-fight so that whenever I want to parry him, the parry will stick, because Ghost is a metal attacker, so that I'm able to get that parry and extra attack rating, also the extra passive stun, because Daredevil can shrug off any stuns, but not passive stuns. So there's also Power Focus 1, and I did a lot of practicing evading his special 1. It is 7 hits, so I have to count to 7 anytime it happens. Now I phase through there to get as much power as I can, because I know once I get a special 2, this fight is basically over. And I can just parry him over and over. As you see, I'm just going to keep parrying him. That passive stun makes it so he can't shrug it off at all. He has a special 1. I'm going to bait it out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 hits. So if you count his 7 hits, and Daredevil is so easy. Just sometimes you get clipped by that last hit because you're not looking to see when it's coming at you. He's not a Stubborn defender, so it's really easy. You gotta watch out for Mixmaster also, to not do the same hit twice, unless it's a medium attack with Ghost and you have your phase up, so they can't evade it. The only thing I don't like about this is I brought in Quake, and I'm really mad I brought in Quake, because I lost 5% health, or 10% health here, just from mainly Suicides, and of course the parries, but I lost a good 5% from my special 2 that I threw there, And this next fight is Thing, and I brought Quake for it. But by the time, like, I tried to wait until Global was down. The Global was supposed to be down way earlier, but check it out. There was like 2 hours left, and finally the Global is down. I wake up, and that Thing is down. I'm like, are you kidding me? The one fight I was looking forward to this whole war, the one fight I was looking forward to this whole war was taken from me. That Thing. Are you kidding? Now, obviously, the person who took it sold it with their Quake, sure, but you promised me I would get that Thing. I brought Quake and not Hood. I could have brought Hood for the rest of the fights to save myself some potions. But now I have to use potions because I'm going to be throwing specials like crazy in these fights. And it really bothered me. There's an hour 46 left. They finally got the stubborn down. And I'm like, dude, thanks for basically wasting me potions. I know that you couldn't wait. Neither could I. The Global should have been down a lot earlier. But of course, 1 or 2 people weren't coordinating that earlier. So it's just, I don't like when people take each other's fights. I really don't like it. Now, this is a Korg on ebb and flow intercept, so I have to take off his rock stacks first. Stubborn is down, the Global is down, so I can easily just... now, I did do a few hits here into his rock stacks, that's fine. But Stubborn is down. I have a perfect evade on a special 1 because I have a lot of practice there. I throw a special 2 right here. I don't know why I backed off there. I shouldn't have backed off so early, but I have 2 special 2s. Could throw another one there, but I'm just going to end up throwing a special 2 here, or a special 3 here just to knock off his rock stacks. Well, I should have. I think I throw it, or I hit into his rock stacks. I should have thrown a special 3 there. That was not very smart. I should have thrown it to turn off his rock stacks and just played from there. I did lose a little bit of health here. I'm at 79%, and I was at 90%, I believe. So I lost a bit of health, mainly from hitting into his rock stacks with medium attacks, but his sig isn't that high. It's a rank 2 or rank 3. So yeah, very simple fight. If I get to a special 1 here, this fight is basically over. Special 1, fight over at 79%, lost 11%. And I was pretty aggravated at this fight. I'm like, dude, I really won that Thing fight. I wasted having suicides on. I wasted having that Quake who gets no action at all. Now, I could have taken that Doom fight with Quake, but I'm like, that's a dumb idea. Ghost is way better for that fight. Could have taken this fight with Quake, but ebb and flow intercept makes it so that I get like no damage at all with Quake, and it would be a long Quake fight. But the cool thing about this is it's MODOK, and I can easily, I almost got hit there, but I can easily just parry him over and over if I want to. And then by the time I get a special, that's when I want to intercept him to get the big damage off. Now, no better with Ghost to not phase through MODOK Special 1. If you phase through MODOK Special 1, he will take your power. So you need to make sure you block it or you evade it. You gotta make sure you do it correct. Now, he has a special 1 here. I'm going to bait it and block it. I'm going to hit him. I believe I'm going to get an intercept off him. I'm going to try to. Before I throw a big special right here. Big special 2 with the Furies up. Throw a special 3. I should have thrown it right there. But check that out. That was perfect timing too. Because I phased the beginning of that special, I ended up being able to go from a special 3 to a special 2. It took some of my power, and I was able to throw another special 2. So that was a pretty cool mechanic, and it does make it so now I have to heal up for this fight. Now, I know that I'm very confident for this fight. It's the last fight this war. I'm very confident for this fight. So confident that I'm just going to go in with level 3 Alliance potions and waste more potions, but not waste my level 4 potions. But yeah, this is a Doom on Ebb and Flow Intercept. I believe redouble determination. There's nothing really too difficult on this Doom, especially with the global down. The global up, it would be a bit more difficult, but again, it's the same fight. It's a rank 3 Doom, 140,000 health. Now I hate when they do that. At the beginning of the fight, I hate when they back off and don't let you use your phase. I hate that so much. It's so annoying. Now they are running a bit of Mystic Dispersion, so you'll see that when my Furies end or my Dexterities end, they gain a bit of power. This is the last fight this war, so I know that I can lose a bit of health if I need to. As you see there, when I think my Dexterity ended, or my Fury ended, so he got to second bar of power. Now what I need to make sure when using Ghost is to not push him to a special 3, because his passive stun will hurt me a lot. Now I am a bit too highly boosted in this fight, and I probably shouldn't have thrown this special. I probably should have baited his special, but not a big deal. As long as I don't push him to a special 3, then I'll be fine. He's at a special 2 right now, so I'm going to bait that out once I finish this special 3. He's almost dead. Block, and block dexed. And this fight's going to be over after this next hit. Just like that. Fight down, wasted some potions. Could have easily gotten that fight down without potions. But again, if I had the hood synergy and not wasted that one spot with Quake, which I ended up not using. Yeah. But look, I get node 49. I forgot, I do get a mini boss. This empty mini boss space. Took it, soloed, mine. Thank you. Anyways, this war was interesting. We ended up winning this war, just barely winning this war. I believe it was by like 1 or 2 deaths, or a few. Like, they just fell apart at the end. But we got 6 fights this war. Didn't die. We had 7 fights. Still going deathless after 3 wars, and I'm pretty content about. And it appears that they didn't explore the full map, which I actually didn't notice that until now. But this war was pretty close up till the end, where they just decided to just go and do what they could. And yeah, pretty interesting war season so far. I just wish that people didn't steal each other's fights. I get that he had to move because he couldn't go, but he was still talking and conversing with everyone once I woke up. So I'm like, dude, you could have waited. I told you exactly when I was going to wake up. I said waking up in 6 hours, and he ended up taking the fight in like 5.5. I'm like, are you kidding? Anyways, thank you guys so much for coming to this war video. We got a few more coming. It's Coop signing off. Happy gaming.